right. Thank you so much for all this time, Thomas. It's been fantastic. I've got more stuff I could ask you, but I realize 90 minutes is a long time. But I do want to take you through my question list,
Yeah, let's do it.
which is what we'll end on. So yeah, quick fire round. I mean, obviously you can say the answer and then give a little bit of context. That's fine. But this is kind of defining your cinematic ontology, as it were. So think carefully. Okay, so question one. What's your favorite cinema in the world to visit?
Cinema as in the theater
Yeah,
itself.
the theater itself.
Um, I'm gonna give a uh, maybe I don't know if this can count, but my favorite cinema got washed away in a hurricane,
Oh,
flood. It was Grail Movie House here in Asheville. It was a great little indie like 3 screen. I saw a bunch of incredible stuff there. And I'm gonna say that's my favorite because we're hoping and praying right now that they get to
oh,
come back,
great.
and they're planning to. So,
Just,
I'm holding out hope.
just to say, as a quick aside, that's your documentary, isn't it? Out of the Flood. Do you want to say
Y
something quickly about?
Yes, my documentary, Out of a Flood, should be coming out later this year. You can find information about it at outofaflood.com, but, that theater, Grail Movie House, is featured in the documentary. We go inside of it and, you can see the interior just completely obliterated by this horrible flood, along with, I follow them and a bunch of other homeowners, business owners, artists over the course of a year following this uh, climate disaster, and kind of look at just a very observational look at what recovery um, was like for them.
Brilliant. Yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Maybe we can have a further chat about that when it
Yes,
comes
yeah.
out. Okay. Question two: watching alone or watching with others?
Um, I love to go to a full movie theater by myself. That's my
Mm,
favorite. That's literally my favorite. I like taking friends as well, but anytime I take a friend to the movies, especially now that I'm kind of the movie guy to a lot of my friends, it's like I have this vague like anxiety of like, oh, I've taken them to this movie. Are they enjoying it? Whatever.
yeah,
Um, so I like to go alone. I can just feel whatever I want, but I like having like a communal experience and being in
right.
the room with a bunch of people.
Great. Okay, question three: front row or back row?
I'm a front. I mean, not the front, but
Okay,
like I'm a front half of the theater kind of guy.
great. Yep. Um, Question four: a filmmaker whose work you will always see in theaters.
Wow. There's a lot of them right now. I think probably top of my list would be someone like Scorsese right now, because there's with directors like him, it's like I don't know how many more
Yeah,
I'm gonna
how many
get.
more is there going to be?
And there's so many of them that like I missed out on, that I wish I could have seen.
Yeah,
He's probably top of mind, but yeah, there's a lot of them.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, to be honest, it's hard for me because I try and see everything as much as I can at
Yeah.
the theater. Um, an actor you'll watch in anything.
Right now, Robert Pattinson keeps making really interesting choices. There's also
Right.
there's also a pretty long list here of people that I would watch in almost anything. Um, but yeah, he's been making like really consistently interesting choices. Not always like the best movie, but uh, like they're always interesting to me.
Mm,
Whatever he's been in.
yeah, good answer. Um, an actor or actress that you don't quite get. So everybody else likes them, but you're kind of like, I don't see it.
uh I don't wanna I get myself in trouble here. I mean, there's 2 very big ones. I
Maybe
the
you can tell me
I've
afterwards if you don't want to say public.
well, Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet are 2 where I don't know if I don't get them,
Right.
particularly with Timothy Chalamet. I think he's done work that I have really enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I have this feeling that, like, something about their work isn't resonating with me in the same way it seems to be with, like, a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
people. But I will say with, like, with Zendaya, there's been, like, more recently that I think has worked for me. Um, and with Timothy, it's almost the opposite, where it's like
Right.
there's stuff he's done in the past that I thought was really great, and now everybody seems to be like, "Oh,
Mm,
Marty Supreme," and I'm like,
yeah.
I think we could if he truly, as he was saying, wants to be the best,
Yeah.
there's some room for growth there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, you're in company because Timothy Chalamet is the most popular answer for that question.
Okay,
Right,
okay,
you know, so you're not the
I'm
first
not
person to
alone
say
then.
that. However, you know, and talk about Zendaya as well. I am more looking forward to June 3 than I am, say, The Odyssey. You know, I mean, I know you're a Nolan, you like Nolan, but I prefer
No,
Villeneuve
I think
as a
I'm
big director, you know?
I think I'm with you there. I think Denis Villeneuve is the most exciting, like, blockbuster director right now,
Yeah,
and, yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
great.
I should say I don't think either of them are bad actors.
Yeah,
I think it's just
caveat that.
like, they have so much hype that,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, agreed, agreed. Um, okay, we're on question 7. Walk out or suffer through to the bitter end?
I will usually suffer through if I'm in a theater. I think the only time I've ever walked out of a theater is like I'm ill. Like I'm like
Okay.
I can't sit here for the rest of this running time. I have to like eat or,
Right, right.
one time I had a coughing fit you know. But yeah, if it's I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie in a
Okay.
theater because I thought it was bad. At home it's a different story. At
Oh, yeah,
home
yeah, yeah.
10 minutes in I'll be like forget it.
No, no, I have changed over the years. Maybe it comes with age. It might come to you where if I'm at a festival, because I've got a kind of yearly cult ticket. So basically, in one of the the chains that I go to, basically I pay for it for the whole year and I can go at any point.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier to walk out when you you know you can go and see any other film really. Um,
I'm weirdly, I think one of the benefits of being a critic who doesn't have to like write regular reviews,
mm,
is I can be relatively picky and I am like a lot of times in theaters,
sure.
if I don't think I'm going to like something, I just don't go see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's an interesting question because I'm in the same boat, and maybe we should have talked about this. I don't know whether actually I can consider myself a critic because I don't write reviews in that way. But you know, we'll pass that by. Okay, question 8: What film first made you feel seen?
Whew. Oh man. What film first made me feel seen? That's a good one. I am flipping through the Rolodex. I
We can
don't
come back to that if you need a little bit more time.
Yeah,
Get a
I
little
don't
easier.
know. I don't know. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah,
circle back to that. Maybe something will come to me. I mean,
yeah,
there's definitely been some recent examples. It's hard to pinpoint
yeah,
it's hard to pinpoint the first one.
yeah. Well, just to maybe to give you a bit of inspiration, the first film when I was a kid, when I thought, "Oh, this like look like this is kind of in tune with me," was The Breakfast Club. Like the first teenage film, when I was like,
Yes.
"Yeah, these teenagers have their own identity and they're struggling with it, and adults don't see them at all." And I was like, I felt like that. And then, but
Yeah.
then getting older, the Linklater Before trilogy is exactly in tune with my. I'm the same age as them, so it's kind of like every time they came out, the concerns that they were talking about seemed to be aligning, and they're just great movies anyway.
That was Boyhood for me. I think I'm like
Okay.
1 year older than that character or maybe 2, but it
Mm,
like progression of life in
sure.
Boyhood lines up pretty closely with that character. I didn't go through their exact life circumstances, um I definitely felt seen by that movie. There would have been ones before that, um, but yeah, a lot of my early interest in filmmaking was very nerdy. I was I was not connecting with them on an emotional level as much as I was like, "This is cool because, cool filmmaking or, a cool world to escape into or something."
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, question 9. Sorry, I lost my place there for a second. This is always an interesting one. So interpret this how you want. A film you'd consider a relationship deal breaker.
uh if they like it or if they don't like it.
Well, I mean, you could go either way. So it's either a film that you love that they have to love, or a
Right.
film that if they suggested this was their favorite film, you'd be like, "No, this isn't gonna
Mm.
work between us." And a
I'm
little
pretty
superficial, but funny at the
yeah,
same.
yeah, no, let's see. Yeah, if they really loved, um I don't know.
Actually,
I try not to be judgmental on this front.
yeah,
So,
no, indeed, indeed. But it's yeah,
my wife's favorite filmmaker is Yorgos Lanthimos.
okay,
So,
yeah.
I do
You're in a good
I
space then.
do love someone with weird taste.
Right,
So probably the opposite of that.
right. Yeah,
If
yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I'm going to force you to sit here and watch
Yeah,
every single Marvel film that comes out,
yeah, yeah,
you know, I would be like, "Well,
yeah,
I either really love you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or yeah, it's not working."
No, no, indeed, indeed. Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's like it's a little bit we're in that society now where it's polemic, isn't it? Sort of politics and movies. There has to be some kind of, syncopation
Yes,
between
yeah.
between people, I think.
Well, a single movie, I can almost sit through anything. TV shows are where I have a lot lower tolerance. It's like, if I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
give
yeah, yeah.
20 hours of my life to
Yeah,
this thing,
yeah,
I
I'm the
have
same.
to, you know
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's funny. I'm exactly the same because I haven't what the big ones I haven't watched is Game of Thrones and Succession, and like neither of them. I watched 2 or 3 episodes of each, and I was like, I'm not going to commit to this. Sorry. So I'm on the same boat with you there. Okay, final question then, and the final question is I align to the person, so it's more personal to you, hopefully. Anyway, um, what filmmaker would you love to comment on a video essay that you'd made about them?
Uh, I would love, uh, I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many. Um, there's so many. I think particularly special would be, um, uh, I have such a this would never in a million years happen because I don't know if he even uses computers. Um, but, I have such a personal relationship to Terrence Malick's filmmaking, and he's also such an enigma because he doesn't really exist, you know, in the public space.
Sure.
That is something like that would be um, particularly rewarding. But, I try not to think about that too much because it's happened a couple times where, like,
Okay.
I've talked about people and then they've sort of come out of the woodwork in an email or something to be like,
Right.
"Hey, I saw the video," and it's like, if I'm thinking about that as
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's too scary, too much pressure
Yeah.
like, clouds the process, so
Mm.
I just try to forget that any of those people might be watching.
Yeah, yeah. That's the problem of becoming popular, I guess, or one of
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
Well, Thomas, thank you so much for your time. It's been a brilliant conversation. You've been amazing, and yeah, if you ever want to have another conversation, like say when your movie comes out, I'd love to speak to you again at some point.
Thank you so much, Dario. Yeah, this has been great, and yeah, maybe we'll hop back on in the fall, one closer to the release, and we can get into, are we critics? What is a
Yeah,
critic?
yeah,
And
indeed.
maybe talk about like documentary or
Yeah, yeah.
something
No,
like that. I'm sure
I'd
you
love to.
have some interesting takes.
Indeed, I'd love to do that, and we both will have well, hopefully, we'll have written a bit more in between as well. So I'm sure there's new
Yes.
subjects to talk about. So brilliant, thank you. Um, that'll be my cut-off point for the edit. Thank you to everybody who've joined in the live chat as well. We've got 60 this time, so that's
Wow.
amazing.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for listening
Thank you
to us ramble.
so so much. Yeah, your all of the in the show notes, I'll link to a lot of what we've talked about anyway, and obviously your site is Seeing Through Film, and we'll link to that. I'll put this out probably on the Monday in the edited version. I'll put a portion of it up for free, but then the second half will, I'll try to get a little bit of paid subscribers out of it. And if there's any kind of quid pro quo you want, you'd like me to have a conversation with you about something in the
I
future
was
as well.
thinking about that. I would love
Yeah, yeah.
to maybe do one at some point,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah.
later in June.
Yeah, I mean,
If we have time.
I have no nowhere near the level of video essays. I have made some video essays and stuff like that, but if you ever want to sort of have a chat about doing something together, I'd love to do that. Like some of these questions about what is criticism and stuff like this, I think could be an interesting subject area
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
go on. Great. Well, I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your Friday. Yeah, I'm going to go get something to eat now, so I'm starving. But thanks again, and yeah, we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much. It
Cheers.
was a pleasure.
Take care.